Hello, welcome back to Wolf Brother, and in this chapter, it's chapter 11, Torak finds out some shocking details about his past. How much do you know? Said Finkedin. Nothing, said Torak, eyeing the jagged bone knife at the Raven leader's belt. Are you going to sacrifice me? Finkedin did not reply. He and Seun crouched at either side of the doorway, watching him. He felt like prey. Behind his back, he scrabbled around for something, anything that he could use to cut the rawhide. His fingers found only a willow branch mat, smooth and useless. How much do you know? Finkedin said again. Torak took a deep breath. I am not your listener, he said, as steadily as he could. I can't be. I've never even heard of the prophecy. And yet, he wondered, why was Wren so certain? What does speaking wolf have to do with it? Finkedin turned away. His face was as unreadable as ever, but Torak saw his hand tighten on his knife. Seun leaned forwards and peered into Torak's eyes. In the firelight, he saw her closely. He'd never encountered anyone so old. Through her scant white hair, her scalp gleamed like polished bone. Her face was sharp as a bird's. Age had scorched away all kindly feelings to leave only the fierce raven essence. According to Wren, she said harshly, you can talk to the wolf. That's part of the prophecy. The part we didn't tell you. Torak stared at her. Wren's wrong, he said. I can't. Don't lie to us, said Finkedin, without turning his head. Torak swallowed. Again he groped behind him. This time, yes, a tiny flake of flint, no bigger than his thumbnail, probably dropped by someone sharpening a knife. His fingers closed over it. If only Finkedin and Seun would return to the clan meet, he might be able to cut himself free. Then he could find wherever Wren had taken Wolf and dodge between the guards, and his spirits sank. He'd need a lot of luck to manage all that. Shall I tell you, said Seun, why you can talk to the wolf? Seun, what's the use, said Finkedin. We're wasting time. He must be told, said the old woman. She fell silent. Then, with one yellow claw-like finger, she touched the amulet at her breast and began tracing a spiral. Torak watched her talon going round and round. He started to feel dizzy. Many summers ago, said the Raven mage, your father and mother left their clan. They went to hide from their enemies, far, far away in the deep forest, among green souls of the talking trees. Still, her talon traced the spiral, drawing Torak down into the past. 3 moons after you were born, Seun went on, your mother died. Finkedin got up, crossed his arms over his chest, and stood staring out into the darkness. Torak blinked as if waking from a dream. Seun didn't even glance at Finkedin. Her attention was fixed on Torak. You were only an infant, she said. Your father couldn't feed you. Usually when this happens, the father smothers his child to spare it a slow death from starvation. But your father found another way. A she-wolf with a litter. He put you in her den. Torak struggled to take it in. 3 moons you were with her in the den. 3 moons to learn the wolf talk. Torak gripped the flint flake so hard that it dug into his palm. He could feel that Sayan was telling the truth. This was why he could talk to Wolf. This was why he'd had that vision when he'd found the den. The squirming cubs, the rich fatty milk. How could Sayan possibly know? "No," he said, "this is a trap. You couldn't know this. You weren't there." "Your father told me," said Sayan. "He can't have done. We never went near people." "Oh, but you did once. 5 summers ago. Don't you remember the clan meet by the sea?" Torak's pulse began to race. "Your father went there to find me, to tell me about you." A talon came to rest at the heart of the spiral. "You are not like the others," she said in her raven's croak. "You are the listener." Again, Torak's grip on the flint tightened. I can't be. I don't understand." "Of course he doesn't," said Finkedin over his shoulder. He turned to Torak. "Your father told you nothing about who you are. That's right, isn't it?" Torak nodded. The Raven leader was silent for a moment. His face was still, but Torak sensed a battle raging beneath his mask-like features. "There is only one thing you need to know," said Finkedin. "It's this. It is not by chance that the bear attacked your father. It's because of him that it came into being." Torak's heart missed a beat. "Because of my father?" "Finkedin," warned Sayan. The Raven leader shot her a sharp glance. "You said he should know. Now I'm telling him." "But," said Torak, "it was the crippled wanderer who—" "The crippled wanderer," cut in Finkedin, "was your father's sworn enemy." Torak shrank back against the roof post. "My father didn't have enemies." The Raven leader's eyes glinted dangerously. "Your father wasn't just some hunter from the Wolf clan. He was the Wolf clan mage." Torak forgot to breathe. "Whew. He didn't tell you that either, did he?" said Finkedin. "Oh yes, he was the Wolf mage, and it's because of him that this creature is rampaging through the forest." "No," whispered Torak, "that isn't true. He kept you ignorant of everything, didn't he?" "Finkedin," said Sayan, "he was trying to protect." "Yes, and look at the result." Finkedin rounded on her. "A half-grown boy who knows nothing, yet you ask me to believe that he is the only one who can—" He stopped short, shaking his head. There was a taut silence. Finkedin took a deep breath. "The man who created the bear," he told Torak quietly, "did it for a single purpose. He created the bear to kill your